Hey, what's up guys, Aiden here. Today I'm going to do a video on head movement in EA UFC 4, and I think this will apply for EA UFC 3 as well. So I'm doing this in a slightly different format from how the other YouTubers have done it, and I'm going to give a live commentary as I'm playing the game and talk about what I'm trying to achieve through the use of head movement. I'm Conor McGregor over here on the left. So straight away I've started off, I've ducked and then I've leaned left. Now you got to be careful if you're ducking from range, because you can go straight into a front head kick. So ideally you want to start your head movement in close. If you use head movement out here, there's a chance you'll eat a nasty head kick on the way. And against a good player online as well, they're going to catch you, they're going to read your ducks. So let's see if we can, yep, there we go. So what I did there, I slipped inside, I slipped outside, and as I roll the stick, I can get a little bit more bonus. Rather than flick the stick and roll it away from the direction you think the punch is going to come from. And again, if you're at range, ideally just keep hold of block. Don't think about doing that, because that's where you're going to eat a nasty front head kick. As you can see here, I'm mixing in lunges as well. I'll do a tutorial on that, probably the next one. I just want to show kind of how I use head movement. So right there, we ate one. Okay, so this is a good example of what to do when you eat one. So when you've eaten one, your head's going to come straight back to center. So what you want to do is get your block up straight away. Another thing you can do is you can hold the block while moving your head. Personally, I like to hold block to my body while I move my head. Reason being is, if my opponent can see that I'm moving my head, they're going to think to go to the body. If I'm rocked especially, and if I'm blocking the body, my head is already off center, I'm already defensively moving my head, and I've got my body covered. So that's kind of my thinking there. To be honest, I think holding block and moving your head, it works. It's a safer way. I guess you can get used to it. It's a good way to like get practicing without getting hurt too much. But on the flip side, you can't counter out of it, and it feels a bit clunky. So I prefer blocking. If I need to block, I'm going to block low and move my head according to that. So one thing you got to bear in mind as well when you're moving your head is, let's say I duck and he throws a hook. His hook is going to rearrange to where my head is. Let's see if we can get him to do it. You see his jab? The first jab went over my head, the second one touches my head. So in the game, the character automatically tracks where your head is. So the way to get around this is you need to be throwing, you need to be constantly moving your head. So I've missed, let's say I can make him evade one punch. Let's see, one punch, two punch. You see, I made him miss the first one, and I automatically have to move my head for the second one. For overhands, you want to slip into the overhand with a major overhand, major slip. In order to do that, you just press the stick right towards it. So we have minor slips, which are like this, little flicks. We have major slips, which are like this. To be honest, I've stopped using minor slips. I prefer using a major. But you know, minor still does have its place. And again, like you saw there, once you get hit to the body while your head movement is going on, it's going to lock your head straight in the center line, so you need to be ready to block. It's not like Fight Night where you can keep rolling with punches. Once they hit you, you're stuck in dead center, so you need to be ready to work defensively off that. So the worst thing that I can do at this range is duck. So that's the one thing that I suggest you try and definitely not do, is duck when you're out at range. And when you're in close, if you're going to duck, make sure you duck and then you slip. Duck and slip. You see there, because we ducked and then we slipped afterwards. Because usually, especially online, players are going to throw, if they see you ducking, they're going to throw an uppercut and you're preemptively slipping it. And there, another body shot. Now let's try and counter, let's try and throw some shots out of head movement. So this is where the game is a bit clunky, I'd say. So what I want to do is I slip on the outside and throw a cross. That is one of the most effective ones. So what I do is I slip towards my lead foot. Whatever foot is in front is my lead foot. And I'm going to throw a cross. See if we can pull it off again. There we go. So it doesn't matter if he throws something or not, but if he throws something, then I'm going to be able to intercept him even with more damage. The other one is let's see if I can pull it off. I can lean back and throw a cross, but he's not giving us a chance to do that. Boom. Okay, we've got tidy head movement again. Like I said, slip in middle, slip in left. Get ourselves out of trouble. Really, head movement is where you're going to get caught. Again, like I said, is when you're trying to counter. You think you're going to put off the perfect counter. You see, okay, something I just did there. I slipped the wrong way. And what I did when I recognised it, because the kick was coming, I held block. And he's just done it again. So for demonstrations, he throws the kick, I hold block. And that's one thing that they've added this year, so make sure to use that in your arsenal as well. We just saw Masvidal attempt to do a clinch, so if someone tries to clinch you... Oh gosh, we've got legendary Masvidal on top of us now. Let's get out of here. If someone attempts to clinch you, all you have to do is just roll the stick and make sure your head is not on center. So using similar techniques we used earlier, you can use the minor slip to slip on the outside to get out of the way. Come on, Masvidal, give us a chance, bro. So I can use a minor slip to get out of the way of his clinch attempt if he throws one. Boom. There we go. I'm out of the way of that hook. Out of the way of that jab. And I keep rolling my head. And bear in mind, I've got my block ready if I need to get that up as well. One thing to bear in mind throughout all of this is at the moment head movement is not balanced favourably, I'd say. And it taxes your stamina a lot. So you don't want to just be a defensive fighter the whole fight and think you're going to win on the stamina cards, because you will fall behind. But if you want to clown your opponent, you're already up, then I think this is the way. This is one way to do it. So moving on to other counters we can do from head movement. There's another one where you can slip towards your rear foot and throw a hook. So let's see if we can get a straight shot out of Masvidal. Ideally, boom, there we go. So that's a minor slip followed by a lead hook. See if I can pull off one more. No, he's not letting us. Come on, Masvidal, let me do it. Nope. So yeah, the legendary AI doesn't mess about. So if I get a chance to, I want to show you one more counter, which is the pull counter, using just head movement. And basically, if he throws a hook, we're gonna duck back and throw across. But the AI is smart; they're not doing it. Come on, give me something. Give me something to work with. Okay, so what I did there, there we go. I pulled back, I threw across, and then I slipped immediately afterwards. So that's one good habit to have in the game, is to just, after you finish the combo, or a bit of head movement, to slip off the center, so that when the opponent comes to catch you again, you're nowhere to be seen. So I can also slip to the outside and throw a hook, slip to the inside, throw a hook. Those are two I recommend. The strongest one I find is slipping a jab, throwing a straight. Boom. That was a double slip. And right there, we've just denied his takedown because I was already, boom, tidy. So again, for online play, where the stamina is a bit harsher, you can't set the stamina like you can in custom fight now. You're just going to have to bear in mind that too much slipping and eating a body shot is going to cause you problems later in the fight. So try not to be too fancy. Use it when you need it. I would love for stamina to be like much more favourable for head movement people. I could just clown everyone online, but that's not the case. And there, as you can see, again, I'm just rolling the stick. Just judging off, where is my head now? My head is here. Okay, what could come? Okay, so I need to go over here. What could come now? Oh, a hook could come. Okay. What did he just do there? So he threw a hook and he threw an uppercut. So I slipped the uppercut and then I ducked the head kick. So I'm always trying to react. I'm going this way. Okay, what's going to come from this way? Hook's going to come. So let me duck under it. Boom. Now we've got Masvidal. It's gassing. So we can start working some combos. But again, as you work combos, you become more exposed. So you need to be careful of what you're throwing. Boom, you can catch him with that one. If you guys are interested, this Conor McGregor is available on the channel, if you wanted to create him as well. What's the highlights? Highlight of a jab. Yeah, it doesn't highlight any of the cool head movement we just shown. So hopefully this guide is useful. I'm trying to think what else could I cover. Body shots, yep, okay, so let's have a look. So Body shots is not my forte. It's not something I really work off head movement, because you have to get close to be able to actually land something. But as you can see, if you can get a slip off and then boom, and then boom. So I'm working a slip and then a hook to the body. Oi. That time went to the head. So again, let's see if we get another chance. Boom. So as he throws the overhand, I'm slipping outside it, and I'm coming back with a body hook. Slip the head kick. Can be slipped as well. Straight ones that come at you by going to the side. However, you're going to eat a head kick if they're throwing a roundhouse. So what you want to do for that is duck. Just careful you don't duck into a knee. You don't duck into a front head kick. Overall, I'd say ducking head kicks can be risky. You want to do it as they throw a combination, because no one's going to throw a jab cross front kick to the face. They're going to throw a jab cross head kick, something like that. So that's something to bear in mind. See there, we could have eaten that. Throws the knee. Masvidal's gassed. Into the body. Missed the uppercut. If I can just get another little... Okay, yeah, so one thing you need to watch out for in online play. Now Masvidal's taking us down. Legendary AI on top. We are in trouble. No, Masvidal. Doesn't need to end like this, my friend. So one thing you need to watch out for in online play is that players will mix it up from a jab overhand to a jab hook. So just be aware of the patterns you're doing. I think Masvidal's ending the tutorial for us. I don't think we're getting out of this one. So I hope this has been useful, guys. If there's anything I missed in this tutorial, then let me know. If there's anything else you want me to cover in the head movement realm of the game, then please let me know. I think lunges will probably be the next thing I cover. So if you enjoyed the content, and we're dead. If you enjoyed the content, like, comment, share, subscribe. Give me some feedback in the comments. What bits were helpful, what's useful. And I will see you guys in the next one. I'm Aiden, and I'm out of here.